going to just ask you, for a chief product officer, what kind of excites a chief product officer? What gets them up in the morning?
Growth. Definitely. Building new features or finding a material way to improve an existing feature is definitely what they live and die for. So look at Spotify again. Spotify has had personalized playlisting for many years. They acquired Econest several years ago and acquired that capability to create personalized playlists. But it was only when somebody within the product organization figured out that if we surface, I don't know how familiar you are with Spotify, but there's a feature called Discover Weekly where every Monday, every Spotify user gets a one single personalized playlist with 25 new songs on it for them to listen to. So essentially what they did is they took an old feature, which is the personalized playlists, and they put a new twist on it, which was the constraints. So it's only on a Monday, and it's only one playlist, and it's only 25 songs. So by adding those simple constraints and giving it a polished product name like Discover Weekly, created absolutely insane growth off the back of repackaging an existing feature set. So that's those types of breakthroughs, understanding the psychology behind user behaviors and seeing the real world material results would be what would excite the chief product officers. So that kind of becoming cognizant of as I said, the psychology, understanding that it's by making a simple, repeatable pattern, you're establishing a behavior that every Monday morning the user wakes up, they expect to see Discover Weekly, they see it, they try it, they like it, they use it for a week, they generally get bored of the songs after a week, and then it starts all over again the next Monday. That breakthrough of understanding that psychology has led to multiples of growth on top of a feature that traditionally wasn't providing that much growth.
Great. And then what are the biggest pain points? What keeps up a chief product officer at night?
The opposite of growth, slowing down growth, right? So chief product officer is on the line for building an engaging and retaining product. And when usage starts to drop off, it's very difficult. It's a difficult time, right? So it could be that you've hit your peak without number of users. It could be that the feature set you've built isn't actually engaging long term. It's only novel and unique for a small period of time. Or it could be that your competitors have been innovating at a greater clip or a greater pace than you have, and your users are jumping from your service to a competitive service. So it's a fairly tense role because you're always under attack as such, either internally within your own feature set or externally with new players coming along. So 2015, 2016 was tough for Gustav, the Spotify Chief Product Officer, because Apple, the biggest company in the world, were announcing that they were building a competitive streaming service, and nobody knew what it was or if it was going to be good or if it was going to be bad. And Spotify had just won the battle of beating off the Rdios and the Deezers and the Pandoras, and now had the biggest company in the world deciding to enter the race too. So there's a lot of threats internally and externally that the CPO needs to constantly be cognizant of. And then obviously the direct connection to users as well, understanding user behaviors and the user psychology and keeping in touch with that feeling of understanding how the user is thinking is top of mind all the time too.
One last 2-second question. When it comes to the new innovations that the Chief Product Officer is creating, what kind of data do they use to try to predict the usage or predict the success of that product?
So one of the things they would do, as I was saying, is they would, without looking at too much data, they would build a feature, but then they would release that feature to a very small subset of users only, right? So might have a hunch more than a data-driven decision and build a feature, release it to 1% of the user base, and then they would collect data on the back end of the journey rather than on the start of the journey before building the feature. So it's kind of a aim fire shoot fire aim type of model rather than the other way around.
Okay, great. Brennan, thank you so much for your time. I appreciate your help, and this was fantastic.
No problem.
Thank
Happy
you.
to chat, guys. And if you want to circle back again for more in depth, happy to line up another call another time.
Sounds great. Thank you so much.
Thanks, guys. Talk to you soon.
Thanks. Bye.